So anyway, that's enough of that shit. We got Bitcoin here, baby. Um, so I pulled the charts up earlier during pre-market. I was kind of watching the E-minis fucking buzz around. Everything looks good in my opinion. We just got the traditional market open about a half hour ago. Let's take a peek at SPY first. Yes. And is what's going on here is that these, obviously, the daily range, right, ramped up. Bottom of the range was literally is at the bottom of the 68.3. Now, we talked about this yesterday. Here's the top of the monthly range. We got this wick down to the 1 SD, right, 2 days ago. What, Tuesday? That's close enough to the top of that monthly range. So if that was the bottom and traditional markets and crypto is going to start creeping out, going to the top side, and in my opinion, it's going to be a slow burn and just keep people thinking, oh, it's just a little bit of a dead bounce, right? Who knows what's going to happen, but I'm just saying this is typical Bitcoin, right? Typical the way, especially lately, I've almost noticed it's almost like traditional markets are really starting to act more and more and more like these crypto markets with the volatility. It's we might be seeing something pretty incredible where behind the scenes there's a lot of liquidity being transferred that people aren't really talking about, where a lot of really big money is coming into Bitcoin down here, in my opinion, at the bottom. But it's like not being it's not being talked about, obviously. Why? Because that's what they do, right? They're buying when there's blood in the streets. The retail traders are freaking out. They're using leverage. There was a guy in the Discord the other day, and he comes in and he's like, I just lost 50%. I just lost 50% of my trading account this morning on Binance. He goes, I don't know what to do. I'm lost. I was like, well, apparently you've been misled on how to trade the crypto markets. You need to stop using leverage. And he didn't say anything. I just knew right off the bat. If you just lost 50% of your trading account, you're highly leveraged. You're lucky you didn't get liquidated. But he's like, well, if I don't use leverage, I don't, how do you make money? And right there, I'm just like, this is what we're up against. The scam, all the fraud going on is so strong. These people are so brainwashed thinking that using leverage in a volatile market is a good idea. It's such a bad idea. Every day, people losing money because they're using leverage. It's like, that shit needs to stop. And if it doesn't, and then people wonder why you get these massive volatile swings. It's because of leverage. They're whacking people. People are like, well, I cannot believe this. It's like, well, number one, this shit's not regulated. It's the Wild West. The exchanges are trading against their customers. If you don't believe that, man, oh man, you are drinking the Kool-Aid. You need to get off the Kool-Aid because you're deceiving yourself. They are definitely trading against you. And so you want to put a stop loss in the system where they can see it, right? You want to use a bunch of leverage and they know about it? That is a recipe for a massive liquidity grab. For these exchanges to literally run price up or run price down, I guarantee you they got algos that literally tell them the percentage of traders using their platform where their stop losses are. Where's the majority of where are these people putting their stop losses? Where are these people putting their take profits, right? How much leverage, right? On average, are investors or are traders using? And then I think when it builds up to a certain percentage, that's when you see those wicks. And that's when people get liquidated, people stop losses, and this has been going on for years, right? Where you'll get a wick down into an area, knocks people out of their trades, out of their stop losses, which, from what I've noticed, they're pushing them higher or lower way more than they used to. People are willing to lose a large amount of money instead of just getting out of the trade. So many people are being misled on how to trade. It's and if people aren't seeing this scam yet, God, you need to open up your eyes because it's massive. And how high up it goes, who knows? You don't think this crooked ass government's involved? Why do you think regulation hasn't pushed? They're trying to push that shit off as long as possible. Everybody's making money off this scam, and it's massive. There's a lot of liquidity in crypto, not as much as traditional or gold or anything like that, but there's enough where people are just reaping the benefits of it's almost like a new generation of traders that have been so misled. You got all that liquidity out there just to grab, and they're doing it. And they're going to continue doing it. I mean, when was the last time we remember how hot and heavy all the regulation was for a while? I haven't heard a damn thing about it. Nobody's talking about it anymore. Fucking course not. It's on the back burner probably. They're just like, let's see how long we can run this scam before too many people realize what's going on. And then we'll just play dumb. Oh, I can't believe this was happening. It's like, oh my God. If this was traditional markets, do you know how many people would be in these white-collar prisons? There'd be a shitload. There's so much fuckery going on in crypto. It's amazing. There's fucking major securities laws being broken. It's incredible. It really is. But at the same time, that's like great for us. We know how to trade a volatile market. We don't use leverage. We take our profit. And while all these other people are scrambling around trading the way they've been taught by literally the people running the scams, it's just, it's just mind-blowing, man. Yeah, I'm ranting now. Because it's disturbing. And that's what we're doing here. We're trying to help people. We're trying to help people. And that's what's so funny. People are so confused these times, right? I mean, obviously, the world governments have been running a train on humanity for fucking decades. So everybody's just totally confused. Okay, SPY. So we tested the daily range. I keep going back to my rant. Let's see if SPY can stay up here. I mean, I do like this, right? Weekly, definitely tested. Monthly, close enough percentage-wise. We checked yesterday, it's like 0.33%. That's definitely close enough for a test. That's not saying this can't come down and really get into the deep of the monthly range, which is back down below 400, 398, which I really thought it was going to happen. But we go over here. We throw SPY up. Check this out. Let's go to 4 hour. Just opened up. Let's see what's happening here. Yeah, now this could be it right here. These are usually some of the most powerful moves and would add to the point where this could go into that monthly liquidity range down there, right? That's where there's a lot of volatility down there, a lot of liquidity. And right now, we're setting up some bear div. Been setting it up, right? Not as strong from that point to that point, but from here to here. And if this rejects here off this zero mean, it's already flipped, right? But if this rejects here and that bear div plays out, it's definitely going down there. I mean, it's strong on the 4 hour. So we'll have to just let this play out. But as of right now, we got positively correlated expanding volatility. The predictor, the Shannon entropy, everything's starting. Well, the entropy itself is starting to head back into randomness. Still trending. One more contraction here though, and it will be going back into randomness. But the fact that the predictor is to the top side and the Shannon entropy percentile is starting to grow, the volatility is up to a 68%, expanding. This next 4 hour candle, which will be going into the end of the day for SPY, if that goes significantly positively correlated, I mean, this thing could run And this is what I've been looking at. Well, here's the R1 on the weekly. All right, let me make sure. Yep. The R1 on the weekly, what, 420? Oh, imagine that, 420. Oh my God. Do I need to do a bong hit? Nah, we'll wait. Okay. Let's see here.
You got
So
you.
that, yeah, 420. So that is amazing. 420.03. That means you have to do 3 bong hits. That's how that works.
Not a challenge, bro.
Yeah, it's a challenge, especially the shit I smoke. I actually have to be productive today, so that ain't happening. And then we got the R2 this week at 428. So if this keeps going to the top side, I could see, I mean, the thing is, we got today, we got tomorrow. A push up here today, 420, and then tomorrow maybe get up to the R1 on the monthly at 426. That would be good. That would be good for sure. What's this weekly look like on SPY? Yeah, and look at the weekly. So where's the weekly at, guys? Look at that baby. Just, I mean, it's right at the wave trend. Almost to it. Where's the wave trend? 417.50 approximately. Working its way back up. I'll tell you what, man. You close a week. SPY closes a weekly candle back up above this wave trend. It's probably going to push to the Fisher, and we're talking about that thing's up there at the 430 region. So that would be good. But obviously, there's only one power mean band that hasn't flipped. So that needs a change, obviously. But look at the entropy. Look at the entropy on the weekly on SPY. It is as random as it gets. It is flashing. The predictor is still to the top side, just like BTC. So this is what I'm looking for. So when this entropy drops out of randomness again and goes into trend, if this predictor stays to the top side, this thing's going to hump, right? It is going to hump to the top side. But obviously that can change quickly. You can see we got, yeah, so even on the weekly, flat volatility, significantly negatively correlated. So what happens? You walk up. The price will walk up. That's what I love about volatility, right? Look where we got some quick correlation breaks here, but look right here. It's significantly positively correlated, right? Right here, you got full expansion, so you get a couple nice candles, right? Right when over here it goes back positively correlated and you're having major contraction, right? It just walks down. Then boom, let's see, it goes back negatively correlated with a little expansion. We get this last candle down, right? Boom. And then whammo, you get, now this is kind of a funky read. This is on a week, and it's because it's a weekly too. It's hard. But watch this. I forgot. I was like, why is that giving me a funky read? I'll show you why. I forgot to change it back. Where are you at? These inputs. Gotta love it. So it takes me a minute. There, yep, on 10. Now watch.
Scrolling through my fighter jet settings.
Yes. There we go. Look, right when you get that, bam, you get that pop in volatility, the correlation broke positive, right? So it goes down. But then, so you get this slump, but then you get another expansion and it's negatively correlated. Down we go. All right. It's even on a weekly, you get those settings set right. Let me save these defaults. But when I want to smooth that correlation out a little bit, I drop it up on a 10, right? We're on a weekly. In my opinion, should be on a 5, right? Because it's hard enough to get weekly reads. You want to get the best possible. Now, if I drop down on a 15-minute, 10-minute, 5-minute, 10's not bad. 10's not bad at all. It'll help you juice a little more of your profit. So, yeah, that's how I'm working that. But yeah, on a macro time frame, 5 is good. You're going to get better reads. Bottom line, you're definitely going to get better reads.
Yeah, so you'll be closer to entry on the trade. You won't see the trend forming.
Yeah. So even on the weekly, right here, right? You get this expansion right here, positive. Wait a minute. Get that expansion right there, positively correlated. And then right when it contracts, I mean, all the way, falls off a cliff to zero from, God, was it 85? Falls off a cliff to zero. The correlation broke right there. So the rest of the move just walks right up. Boop, 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 boop. So yeah, pretty damn interesting. But then right here, right, contracting volatility, positively correlated, walks down, then expands, positively correlated, goes back up. Yeah, that's why we love our volatility. We love our volatility. But what we've been trying to do is we're trying to create this indicator, right? Because the more you simplify this, the better it's going to be. There's no doubt about it, especially when you're onboarding new people, right? Where I don't throw this in their face and go, learn this. I mean, it's confusing as hell. If you're coming from traditional TA and I throw this indicator in your face, you're just going to go, I'm fucked. What am I looking at?
That's what I did, bro.
Yeah.
When I looked at it, it's taken me like 2-3 months staring at it every session we're in here for me to go, contraction, negatively correlated. Now I know what's happening there. You know, but like
Right.
it's taken a while, but yeah.
Hold on for a
You're
second.
right. It's simpler.
Hold on. I mean, dude, it is pouring rain. I forgot he was even outside. This dumb dog just standing in the rain barking. I bet that he's probably still smells that deer. Oh, well. Yes, that's right, Yasha. So yeah, man, good stuff. Well, let's see the daily though, real quick. Where are we at UPM wise on the daily for SPY? Hey, 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 hey. Above the Fisher. All right. Here's what people need to realize though. And you can go back and you can look at these fucking when the wave trend crosses up this Fisher. Don't be surprised. I mean, we're talking this is a daily. I mean, out here somewhere. Maybe next week. If this price action stays up there, that area could possibly get retested. Those areas love to get retested. Why? Don't know, don't care. But it's obviously a powerful cross. What is he doing? This dog is driving me crazy. No, don't you start barking. Okay. Let me look at the 12-hour. What? No,
What's this about a cross? You use crosses in volatility trading? How dare you?
You guys, stop. Let's see.
This is for Sundays only. All right.
Yeah. So, and this is what I'd like to see. There's no div. There's no div on the 90. That's enough. Look, there was definitely some div on the 45, but this thing's pretty much just been going sideways. Look at the returns oscillator. It's already, boy, it's almost setting up hidden bull. The Fishers are in unison, though. I'll tell you that. The predictors to the downside, volatility's down. The 15-minute was down too, if I remember correctly, or was that on BTC? I think it was on BTC. Look, I said stop. That's enough. We know. There's fucking every animal on the planet out here.
There's something I'd just like to point out. There's something I just want to point out about the chart, actually.
Yes,
which is about, I know we talk about the entropy indicator a lot, but sometimes I don't know if people who, use it but aren't watching those streams live or on YouTube, maybe they don't know or they forgot sometimes. Like when you see these rapid expansions in volatility or entropy, and then you see it top out and start to either go a bit sideways or even slowly reverse. If you look at the line of the direction predictor and even just the entropy candles, you can see very clearly that just because it tops out doesn't mean it's at the end of the run necessarily, right? You can go back. If you go back a bit, you can see in other trends that it runs. Like when it starts to top, until that line until those candles become really random again and start turning around, it can still continue to run up, especially on lower time frames, like 1 minute or whatever. So you can you need to learn when you're learning to read these indicators to make sure you know when the actual turnaround is, and that's best seen by a lot of the information put together, not just one indicator, but it's very, very clear on entropy with the predictor and with AVR, for example, if you know how to read that well. Like that's why you can get even 2 or 3 candles past when your volatility tops out at like 100 on AVR. You can still get 2 or 3 candles of a nice up move before you even should really take profit if you're on like a 1 or 2 minute or 3 minute candle, because it can very often go to that third candle and then you take the profit and then you see it turn around. So just saying, ways to read the indicators properly. People a lot of the times ask, how do you do this? So,
And here's a perfect example. 100, you get this expansion right here, positively correlated, starts to move. Great, but we're not at 100%. We're at 88, right? Grade, volatility grades up there, but then boom, next candle, 100%. Volatility grade peaks out, take that profit immediately.
Yeah.
As soon as grade gets up there, like who was I talking to? I can't remember who, trying to explain to him. And it was somebody else, just, their implied volatility guy. And I'm like, okay, old school, check this out.
Yeah. That's why it's important to be able to read it properly, because like you can get a lot of extra profit like cautiously by getting it out at the right time. And you can also miss out a lot of extra profit if you're just a little too greedy. So it's better to just not be greedy and just, even if you get a little less profit on the trade, getting out with a profit is better than getting out with a loss, for sure, or even less of a profit because you just waited too long.
Yeah. Big time.
Yeah.
45 slowly contracting. Let's see BTC on the 90. I haven't looked at BTC. Okay. Yeah, bull div. Bull div. Let's see if BTC gets a bounce right here off the zero mean. It's right above it. The predictors of the top side. Entropy percentile is pretty crashed. Volatility contracting, negatively correlated. Yeah, and still I'm going to keep going back to it that there's no bear div that's been building. Now the volatility is starting to expand on the daily. Nothing significant yet. 981 still coming down too. Grade is bottomed out. Pretty random on the entropy. Let's see, man. Yeah, and on the daily on BTC, right? It's kind of what we've been waiting for. I mean, this 50K, right? We were up here around, that was the 48K high, my bad. Fisher crossed down wave trend, right? Pulled, let's see. When the wave trend crossed up the Fisher right here, immediately what does price do? Price comes down and tests the Fisher. Comes down, closes candles. Wave trend crossed right there again on the weekly. Get a dump, rejection. Now we're right here again. Wave trend on BTC is looking a little different than SPY. This could literally cross to the top side. If price action stays up here, this it's going to be close, huh? Maybe this weekend. Saturday, Sunday, get a cross up here. I'm telling you what, a BTC can get above. Obviously, people in this Discord, we understand how powerful these reverse indicators are. I wouldn't normally be trading wave and let me correct that. I don't trade wave trend and Fisher. I know some people do, and hey, man, I'm not saying you can't. It gives me an idea of what's really going on with price action, because I know if this wave trend crosses up this Fisher, and if that area gets a retest and a bounce from there, we're going. We're gonna move. This baby's gonna move. How high? Who the hell knows? Considering how much leverage is being used in the crypto markets, it's gonna be a rough ride. This and so what does that mean to a volatility trader? Like Yasha would say, it's that fucking salad days. My God. Go to a low time frame and look at these volatility swings and how our indicators just pick everything up. Everything up. But at the same time, like I like to tell people, I was like, look, the first thing you should be working on, you need to understand how to use your exchange. Because being able to do, if you're trading the 5-minute and the 1-minute chart and you're good at reading your indicators, but you're real shitty on operating your exchange, you're in a world of hurt. Shit is happening at full speed when you're on those low time frames. You need to have a monitor up with your exchange on it. You don't need to be flipping through tabs.
Yep.
This is the main reason why we have multiple monitors. I've got it down to 3, right? I got my 232-inch curved, and I got my IMAX screen. And I'll have
And on that note, what you just said is like, if you are good at reading the indicators, but you're not yet fast on the exchange, so trade a slightly slower time frame. Like maybe you're comfortable in 10-minute or 15-minute. Maybe you need a half hour, whatever. But like, don't screw yourself over in a rush. Either you're fast enough or you're not. And you get there with practice.
Yeah.
That's it.
And
You
you'll
just get
have
there with
one
practice.
other you have one other fucking chance, and that's if it decides to come back to the fill. But if not, you gotta be like, that's the trade. Or go up to the higher time frame one like yourself that you're saying. If you missed the 1-minute one, shuffle up to the 5-minute one. See if there'll be another good entry coming in for continuations.
Yeah. It's all about
yeah,
running those algos on the low
very
time.
right.
But it's like, well, as a human, I'll never be able to fucking put trades in like these algos. But the point
Right.
is I know that's what I'm dealing with. And that I need to be able to recognize what these algos are doing. And we've about nailed that.
Yep.
We've about nailed that. They're trading fast, yes. But because we trade these low time frames and we take profit, it is a blessing from fucking heaven. These indicators. While everybody else
I don't want to be an asshole, but it doesn't matter how fast they shoot. If you know where they're gonna shoot, you can either choose to stand there or not.
Yep.
Right?
Right.
So it's the easiest way. If the bullet goes that way, I can be there.
Yep.
So,
Totally.
yeah.
Agree. Totally agree.
As a warlord would say.
Yeah. Let's see here on this 15-minute. No. Yeah, there's just I just love this. When I'm watching this returns oscillator, right? Just moving around. And now this price action on the 15, what it do? It rejected right here from the Fisher, reverse Fisher. But what's it doing right now? It's just setting up some strong hidden bull. And look how far below this 2SD band this returns oscillator is. Is that sustainable? Not for long. Not for long, in my opinion. And it's starting to build a positive correlation. So I'm telling you, as soon as you see this returns oscillator flip to the top side and the correlation is growing with blue columns, it's a good predictor that this hidden bull is going to play out, which is a continuation divergence, probably another shot right up to test this Fisher again. And on the 15, I mean, you can see, I mean, a perfect rejection right here earlier after that dump last night. Boom, 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 boom. Then you go right back up to the reverse Fisher and it rejects. And then we're just bouncing under the wave trend, right? bounced another wave trend. Finally got up, closed candles above the wave trend, rejected off the Fisher. Now is the 9 length log return moving average going to hold this price action up? No. We'll find out. But I'm telling you, this is what, so, and it's perfect. If it does hold up, then that hidden bull is going to be a good play, probably. Probably going to be a good play. But you can see, I mean, look at this volatility on the 15. All right. It was totally crushed. Totally crushed. This is when I was, this was like 15 minutes before the stream. I saw the volatility. Boom. As soon as you see that expansion, bam, bam, bam. But look where the predictor flipped.
Yep.
Predictor flipped at the bottom. That's what I love about this predictor. It gives you, so as soon as this next candle opens, boom, you already know on that last candle, that predictor flipped. Boom. I'm down on the 5-minute. I'm getting my entry filled. There's no doubt about it. Then I'm going to ride this freaking trend. And where do I take profit? If I'm just using just entropy, like Yasha said earlier, as soon as that entropy turns on that next candle, I am taking my profit. That trend stopped. It started going sideways. And look when the predictor flipped. When that predictor flipped right there to go to the downside is the same time the grade peaked out with the volatility candle, both at 100%. So yeah. So easy. So now here we go. This new 15-minute candle. The returns oscillator went positive. Got another nice blue column correlation building to the top side. There is hidden bull building. Let's see if this pops from here. It tried to just drop down below that 9. It's not having it though. Doesn't appear. We'll see. But we're having an outlier though, right? It just started having an outlier to the downside. Let me see here.
This may never make trading easy, but it sure makes it easier if you know what you're doing.
Easy, right?
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe we can't say it's easy, but this sure makes it easier.
Yeah. You give it some time, it becomes a lot easier. Because I'm going to be the first one to say this is overwhelming for new people. There's no doubt about it.
Sure.
No doubt about it that it's overwhelming.
That's why we do these streams and put out these videos and put out tutorials and everything else.
But that's what
it is learnable.
People like most times they don't want to be overwhelmed. When you're overwhelmed, you're going to build character. It's just like, look, throw whatever you want at me. I'm going to be here. I'm going to be plugging away. You can throw whatever you want. I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah.
And that's what it does. It just builds character.
Yep. And you can see in the results of the people that use it properly and are here and are trading happily with it.
Yep. One more. What's SPY doing? SPY back off a little? A little bit. So did NASDAQ. But and at the same time, the way these volatility ranges are set up on traditional markets, it wouldn't shock me either to see them go sideways the rest of the week. All right? See them go sideways the rest of the week. Let me see something real quick.
Yeah, it is Thursday after all. If they don't take profits and whatnot tomorrow or do the usual or whatever.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I am noticing, like even on the 2-day, right? 2-day, SPY's up above the wave trend. And the predictor's still to the top side. 3-day predictor to the top side. Sitting literally right at the freaking, are we a little bit above? No, just a little bit below the wave trend on the 3-day. Tiny little bit. And like on all the macro time frames, these dumps did nothing but just create a bunch of bull div. And we're getting that pop. And this is on these macro time frames. This wave trend, in my opinion, right, it's going to determine what happens here. Do we reject again on these macro time frames? And if we do, hey, man, this thing can go back down. There's no doubt about it. No doubt. And on the 3-day, we're just sitting on the zero mean right here. Just sitting. Really no div. I mean, look at these highs right here. Pretty much flat. Pretty much flat. So what's that mean? Weak bear div, which I don't even believe in. I just regular divergence, hidden divergence is all I care about. All the other stuff, fluff. Doesn't matter. They're not going to be as powerful moves. For sure. And the more, the better these indicators just keep coming at us. It's just like, that's where things where I held really high before, they slip onto the back burners. And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to take that, just the struggle out for new people, where we can provide them with something where they're just like, holy shit, right? Where then you take a guy like P-Funk, for example, who's been doing this his whole life, been trading the markets. And when you talk to the guy, what an asset he is. I mean, it's a joy when I hear him starting to talk about this stuff and how he likes these indicators. And these are the people that get it. That's why when you get noise from other people, get out of here, man. Number one, you're drinking the Kool-Aid, right? You're in a cult. But I can't tell you that. You got to learn for yourself. And hey, when you lose enough money, come back. Come talk to us then.
There's also a good. There was a good bit yesterday that he was speaking of a good portion yesterday about how he uses these indicators, how he started to use these indicators in his own fashion, and to hear somebody with that amount of experience saying that and like explaining it, how he does this and how he trades low time frame volatility now is really a very nice and refreshing thing to hear. Like, whenever we hear different people that are in the Discord telling us how they're using these things, and when it's somebody who has, literally, 30 plus years of experience trading, it's kind of a joy to hear that there's people that do this very seriously, that don't just come from our world of crypto, who see the power in these things. It's very nice to hear.
Especially these guys creating these things. Van and Donnie. I mean, that's
amazing. They're amazing.
So rewarding when somebody that actually really knows what the hell they're doing comes in and is like, where the fuck have you guys been my whole life? If I would have had these tools when I was making markets, I'd fucking own an island.
Right.
And it's true.
Yeah.
It's like you got such an advantage when you're running with these algos. And like Warlord said, look, if you can recognize which way these fuckers are going, good luck with traditional TA, because you're not going to get it. You're just not going to get it. The indicators lag too much to trade low time frames. And people don't know where to take profit. They don't know about volatility. They damn sure don't know about volatility grade and how grade and percentile work together to tell you when the move is over.
Yeah. Their whole system is designed to fail more than half the time. I mean,
yeah.
When the house gives the player a strategy, be cautious.
Right?
Yeah,
big time, man. Big time. There's no doubt about it. And here we are.
I've been wasting my time doing those Binance TA courses on Twitter. For real.
Yep. 100%. And that's exactly why you see, like, these exchange operators, man, they're pushing all that crap. Of course they are. Of course they are. They're trading against all these people.
Yep.
You think Sam and CZ got an RSI up on their chart?
Right. Hey guys, have you seen the 200 MA? The 4-hour 200 MA is really good. Twitter, Binance post. Everyone puts their liquidity there and they're just fucking rock.
Totally.
Pretty just put their shit coins there.
Yeah. Well, let's see. About to wrap it up. Let's see here. Let's take one more peek.
10x is the most 10x is probably the most over-marketed leverage point in exchange trading. Every single influencer is like, "Oh, did you do a 10x trade?" Like, what? Are you out of your like? You're literally telling people to lose money. You get wrecked if the price takes a 10% loss, and it's not even 10%. If the price takes a 9.5% loss because the exchange takes another 0.5% or whatever, so if it dips 9.5% and you're 10x, you're wrecked.
Right.
It's nuts.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
So yeah, I mean, you can see like returns oscillator, Z-score, bear div on the 45. Longer term bear div on the Fisher, and longer term bear div on the DLP. And so now what's happening? That's what's happening. Now we're down to the bottom side of the 68.3. And I'm still in the camp where just because we got close, which that's in my opinion, that's close enough for a test. But trust me, there's a lot of liquidity down in here. So we're gonna have to see what happens. I'm still there. I'm still where this is gonna be tested more thoroughly. And is what would be great if it was quick, right? Couple 15-minute candles, just ring, then get everybody going. Oh God, it was a dead cat bounce. No, we're all fucked now. Now it's going to zero.
Mm-hmm.
And it just rips right back up. Right?
Yep.
All the high liquidity down here just jumps on it, runs it right back up. But we'll have to see how this day plays out.
Yep.
If SPY today closes down here around 408 or so, tomorrow probably get a nice test down into here, I would imagine.
Yeah. Easily could happen.
Been using this indicator long enough where it's like I want that to happen.
Right.
I never feel comfortable when these liquidity, especially a monthly. All right, what is it? The 4th? It's only the 4th.
Yeah.
This is going to be important for SPY. So we'll see what happens. And, I had somebody, they're like, oh, just crypto, hardcore crypto people. Like, why are you talking about SPY? So what do you know about, what do you know about correlation? What's correlation? Exactly my point. Because the markets are correlated, man.
Yep.
The markets are correlated. And what's that telling you? There's a lot more institutional money in crypto than people realize, I think. Everybody's like, oh, they all dumped. I'm like, okay, well, we'll see.
Yeah, right. They all dumped, sure. No, they all took their profits and bought back in cheaper.
Yeah. They scared the shit out of all the retail traders that bought at 50, that bought at 60, that bought the top at 70. And now they're selling at fucking 30 and 20. I mean, it's just never ending. It's incredible. But yeah, tomorrow be real interesting. Real interesting. And shit, I might even have a longer stream. We'll see what happens. But yeah, 9:30 Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. All right, guys. 9:30 a.m. tomorrow.
100%.
See you guys later.